Welcome back. Welcome back. The boys are all here. We're back and better than ever. Talking a little Atlanta Hawks, and it was only right for the return. Slim squad making some big blockbuster trades, trading DeJounte Murray away, and drafting Zachary. Can you pronounce his name? I can't. Still can't do it.
Look, his last name is pronounced Ricochet,
There you
but
go.
we nickname him Ricochet. The boy tough.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, number one pick on the roster, Dyson Daniels and Larry Nance Jr. on the roster. But still, this Hawks team should not be done making moves. This team didn't get drastically better or worse with that DeJounte Murray trade. It sets them up better for the future, but right now they still want to compete, and they're going to be hovering around that 9-10 game and 11 seed for the foreseeable future if they don't make a big move for right now. Trust me, they will. So we got three ideas that we're going to go through. We will start off with the craziest one of them all. If you want to fully commit to the rebuild, see what you got in the young guys, pop it up right now. With the Houston Rockets, you're trading for Cam Whitmore, Jabari Smith, Reed Shepard, and Fred VanVleet, 2 first-round picks for Trae Young and Clint Capella.
No,
I don't hate that for you at all, 12.
This is
no.
fully committing to the rebuild. You get rid of Trae. The Hawks Trae era is over. But you get 3 young pieces that are absolute guys in this league, I think, at least. And you get the number 3 pick in the draft, so you have the 1 and the 3 pick. You're also getting 2 first-round picks back from the Rockets, so you'll be able to gain some assets. So I actually really like this trade if you just want to commit and build toward the future. Because Reed Shepard, yes, he's still a little unknown, which could drop his value a little bit, even though he has been hooping in Summer League. But
That boy tough.
Cam Whitmore also hooping in Summer League. Jabari Smith, I thought, had a better season than he has previously. And then Fred VanVleet is just for contract situations. That contract's bad. We knew it as soon as he signed it, but the Hawks are going to be bad, so you can eat that money for a little bit if this trade happens.
First
So
episode back.
this is the craziest one, all right? This is the craziest one. But Finn, let's hear your thoughts, and then we'll go to Slim's, then we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, Reed Shepard's been putting up good. I like his play style. He's a cool little guy. Cam Whitmore again, bouncy, good slasher. I personally don't like Clint, which we've had this conversation 12. Like, he's what I like to call a made man. So depending on what point guard he plays with is how good he plays. And again, a lot of bigs are that way. That's totally fine. I just think that even though he's playing well, like if you're a Hawks fan, you could get caught up in that he's playing well, blah, blah, blah. But he's so replaceable with almost any other big to do exactly what he does. That's not diminishing his career or diminishing his ability at all. But with such a good passer and such a good pick and roll player like Trae Young or James Harden, insert any of those S tier guys, they're going to make somebody a contract the way Harden did for Claxton. So it's not that if I'm you, I would get rid of him for anyone. I don't give a fuck about him. 2 firsts is great. And Trae in the H would be kind of hard. If I'm you, though, I'm having a tough time parting with him just on like an emotional level. But I think this is the work I'm doing on the Nets right now, where I'm trying to look at the bigger picture and not be as emotional of a fan as I age like fine wine here. You might have to take a step back and look at what's best for the franchise, not what's best for the Slim Trae connection.
But yeah, just saying, Clint does only have 1 year left. So in order to get Trae Young, this would be like a bargaining chip for the Hawks, being like, look, you got to take Clint kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's got 1 year, so after this season, he'll be gone anyway. But
I like this trade. I mean, I don't like this trade at all. What am I talking about? I throw Trae Young out of there and put DeAndre Hunter in there and see what you could get. Maybe a Jabari Smith Jr. You could keep Fred VanVleet. I like Tari Eason. Anybody over there from Houston, I wouldn't be as opposed to trading for a wing spot. I think it's time for Clint to really move on. He can't move his feet. He can't really guard the perimeter, and we are getting more in depth into a league where everyone can score on every level, even the 5-man. So I think that Clint is kind of the most baggage that we have right now for our team, and I'd be willing to give up anything but Trae for that and continue to build around Trae. But I think Jabari Smith Jr. would be a good fit. I think Cam Whitmore would be a good fit. I like Reed Shepard as well. I've been catching his style of play. Reminds me of Devin Booker a lot. So shout out to them cats.
Well, let me say one thing about Trae real quick, Matt. I've been thinking about this recently. I've been looking at also some like his stats since 2020. Like, he leads the league in a ton of stuff. And I know we both don't think he's that much of a winner, but I'm also of the school of belief that DeJounte Murray is not the caliber of player, in my opinion, that I'd want to pair side by side with him. I think DeJounte Murray is like a C tier NBA star. I still think Trae Young has a lot left in the tank to play winning basketball if you build around him properly. So I just want to throw that out there. There's also that school of
Completely
thought.
agree.
I don't disagree. It's just a
Every year,
matter of
statistically, you see stats that him comped to the rest of the league that you're like, is that right? So yes,
I agree, but that's just because he's so ball dominant. Like, he has to have the ball in order to be effective. He can't play off the ball. His defense is severely terrible. And the
steals is
only
one of those categories that I was talking about, though.
yes, because he plays the lanes fine, but in come playoff time, what did we watch with every real
I
good
know he gets
like
exposed. I'm just
you
throwing out
get
another
hunted.
perspective.
So like even a guy like Steph Curry could post up Trae Young if he wanted to. Like, those are the kind of things that, like, as a Cavs fan, I watch Darius Garland get hunted possession after possession. Like, it's just one of those things that you're gonna have to take. And the offense, yes, does cover for a lot of that, but at a certain point, I just don't know if it's enough. And there's not enough guys on the market, and the Hawks don't have enough assets, for me at least, to make a move for a star caliber that you can put next to Trey, that where you can probably get more value trading him away than you could trying to bring someone in to help him as
100.
for long term of the franchise. But
100.
moving on to trade number 2, this one I think is not likely because I don't think the Jazz would do this, but the Hawks will be getting Lowry Markkinen for DeAndre Hunter, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Kobe Buffkin, and 3 first-round picks. So you'd have to give up a lot. This is probably the best possible option you could get right now off the top of my head, but your starting 5 would look something along the lines of Trey, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Richachet,
Yes.
and
Jalen
Larry
Johnson.
Markkinen, and Jalen Johnson. I forgot about him. So
Yeah.
maybe Dyson Daniels is on the bench then,
Yeah.
or Richachet comes off the bench, one of the two. And
Yeah.
then you go Lowry and either Big O or Clint. Probably
Yeah.
Big O, but you never know. But that's a pretty interesting starting lineup. I don't know if it's NBA championship level, but it's playoff, like top 6 seed, good to me. I don't know if the Hawks would do this or the Jazz would do this because I heard they're asking for Pajemski, Kuminga, and Moses Moody and picks from the Warriors. So, like, I can't imagine this would go through. So that's my only thing, but definitely interesting. Lowry would be a really good fit on the Hawks.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I think he'll be at the 4 spot. Like, he's a wing, can shoot, get to the rim if he wants to. But we're starting to see a lot of development coming from Jalen Johnson. And to me, if you ask me, I think that Laurie has definitely been in the league a little bit longer, a little bit more experience. Definitely a veteran would be good for the Hawks' presence. But I think that Jalen Johnson has the caliber to be, or has the potential to be, a higher caliber player than Laurie Markkinen as far as he has been in his career. Because Jalen Johnson is a little bit younger, a little bit stronger, a little bit more athletic, and has, I would say, uh, an American feel for the game, which allows you to approach it from a different perspective that creates different space for your teammates. And I think that Laurie takes up space and he's able to spread the floor out. But I don't know how that would, truly benefit the Hawks with the rest of the guys that are going to be on the court with him. And I love Kobe Buffkin too much. Kobe Buffkin is that guy. I wouldn't be, too profound.
You got to stop having so many guys. You got to get rid of someone.
That's what I mean. And I'm working on the same thing, bro, of trying to be like
Yeah.
not as emotionally attached to my guys and look for the organization first and myself second. But it's a very difficult thing to do as 2 homers.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
no. I mean, the one thing I'll make to refute your comment a little bit is Lowry is probably the closest star you can put with Trae Young that what I would classify as a star that isn't in need of the ball all the time,
100.
kind of thing.
100.
So he could play off the ball very, very easily.
100.
And like when Trey's not on the floor, you can go and give him post-up ops. You can give him some pick and pops, and you can run a ton of double pick and rolls the Cavs do it a ton with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. And with Lowry being able to pop and Clint or Big O rolling, and Trae Young handling, that's a deadly combination. But
you need a slash first guy with him.
Okay.
Which is why I thought DeJounte wasn't a great fit, even though he's a great passer. And he can create his own shot and slash as well. Like, it's just someone like a Lowry or like who's another guy off top that's similar to Lowry?
Zion, and coming from me, I would
yeah,
want
him and Z
Zion
would be
to
hard.
a
That's
little
kind of
bit
what I mean, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the last one. This one's not as interesting as the others, but it's basically to just kind of solidify your bigs for the future. We saw Dallas get 2 young-ish bigs. Obviously, Lively was a rookie, but 2 bigs that you're going to get 24 great minutes out of. And we've seen DeAndre Ayton can't play as the main guy. We've seen it. We know he can't. So if he can split time with Big O and give you a ton of hustle and all of that, I think it would be really interesting. But you would be getting DeAndre Ayton in a second-round pick, maybe 2, just so you can try and build your draft profile a little bit for DeAndre Hunter and Larry Nance. Simple trade. You're still going to have Clint for this 1 year, and you're just going to have to eat that contract because with this move, you're still not competing for anything crazy. But you're getting a younger piece that you can hope can develop and still be serviceable enough to be a starting caliber or a strong bench option and for the long term. And Ayton, I think, can do that if you brought him off the bench and played him 20 to 25 minutes.
Yep. I didn't have a problem with DeAndre Ayton the first couple seasons that he had with Phoenix. And then, once everything started to fall apart, I know that there was some turmoil between the team, Monty Williams, they quickly parted ways. But I saw DeAndre Ayton for Portland last season. And towards the end of their season, we saw, 35, however many points he was dropping, showing the production that he's able to give when he is dominating. You feel me? So I want dominating, not DeAndre Ayton if he come into Atlanta. You feel me? But I like this.
That's another guy who fits the mold of – I mean, he's even probably better than the standard version of who I'm talking about, but he's another guy who would make an all-star.
100.
Yeah, no, he's just a guy that I think because as crazy as it sounds, you can throw him post-ups. And we saw, he's been kind of stashed away in Portland this year, and he was putting up decent numbers. I didn't watch a ton of Portland, sue me. I didn't watch a ton of Portland basketball. But I was checking the stats before this video, and I saw it. He was putting up decent numbers when he's kind of asked to be one of the guys in the fit where you don't have a Trae Young a Devin Booker or Chris Paul. And I think Trae is a good enough passer to be able to get him involved in the spots that he wants, similar to how we saw Chris Paul utilize him when they made that finals run. So those are a good couple moves.
I like DeAndre Hunter, though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to get moved, though. You got to shake this up. But that's it for this one. Hawks fans, if you have any ideas for trades, please comment them. If you enjoy it, we're going to be doing more Hawks stuff, but comment, subscribe. Peace.